Alright, hello there. So today I've started on the fence, the gate. I'm trying to lay it out. Let me turn you around. So I didn't have any string, but I did have weed whacker twine. And I laid out a line all the way over there to those trees, trying to keep it somewhat lined up with this fence here as it goes down. I'll be replacing that. But when I measure off of this line to here, I get 13 feet. But if I measure 13 feet off of here, the gate is wonky and it's open too far that way. So what I decided to do was to go ahead and get the post set. I don't have the gates hooked up. I just have it setting up against that wheelbarrow. But my idea is to get the post set and then put the gate 90 degrees to the post. And then that's where I'll determine to do this post. And then the fencing will go ahead and continue off of there. So here's all the, hang on, I gotta throw this ball. That's my good arm. Here's all my posts. Those are 12 footers. I'm gonna cut them in half because it's not gonna be a tall fence. Like I'll put 2 feet in the ground, have 4 feet sticking up. So that'll be that. And I think it'll go good. So yeah, it's hard to get an idea. Say like from here, I feel like the gate needs to open up just a little bit more that way. I think it'll be best if I just wait until it's hooked up to the post and then determine where to put the other post at. So, all right, well, that's where I'm at. Happy New Year. Today is January 2nd, 2023. We have 70 degrees out here on the farm today, and so I pleaded with my wife to let me go work. Tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day, so today I'm going to try to get this gate up and get everything going here. So that is the plan. Couple things I got going on here. We'll turn you around. I bought some primer. I'm going to go ahead and prime this post before I put all the electronics on there, get that all situated, and then I will get the gate mounted and level, and then figure out where I need to put the other post. And then I want to go ahead and paint and prime that. If I have the time, I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes for my post for the fencing and get that squared away. But right now, I'm going to get to painting. Okay? See you in a few. All right, so what I did was I put the gate right up against the post and measure where the bracket comes. It measures to right there. And then I'm going up 5 inches from there. So essentially, it'll give me a 5-inch gap on the bottom of the gate. Now, if I get it on there and that's not enough, because it kind of goes a little bit uphill, I will have to move it, which will kind of suck, but it just means drilling another hole. That. But so ideally, we want it to be able to open. I think it'll work. It'll work right there just fine. Good. Little gap underneath. This is when I wish I had an extra hand. always say measure once and cut twice. So from the bottom of this one to the top of this one is 37 3/4. So yeah, about an inch difference. So I'm glad I did that. All right. So I'm putting this one going down, and then I'll slide the gate up to it, and then I will tighten and loosen however to get the gate level. So what I need to do now is I need to put some boards underneath this side to prop it up, and then that'll give me the height on that side to slide this into place and then bolt it down. Come up just a hair bit more, but it does clear now. I'm actually going to add more gravel, so that's kind of why I want it to be a little bit higher up. I got good clearance. I ended up just drilling another hole and putting the post in a little bit higher. This one I kept and just moved the bracket down, but now that's where I want it to be. So now I got to figure out where it's actually straight, and then I'm going to go ahead and drill this hole right here. Okay. All right, I've determined that I'm going to put my post right here, about as straight as I can. I put a 16-foot board on that post, just lined it right up, brought it over here, and that looks like if I drill right there, I can center my new post right there. Should be good. All right. So we got a lot done. Here's where we're at. The gate is good. I concreted in this post. See down there? Clears just perfectly. And then I went ahead and put in all these fence posts. And I will cut the tops off to match once I get the boards up. Went off and left all my good saws at my other house. So the only thing I have is a reciprocating saw and a table saw. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put the top board across, mark it, cut it on the table saw, and then go ahead and put the one across going that way, and then I'll just line up the others, space them out evenly from there. And then on this side, I got to pull out this post and that post, and I'll probably just put a post right by the tree and just run the fence from there to here for that. So that'll work. I think I'll get a couple boards up on the fence, and then I want to put in my electronics on the gate, and then I think I'm going to call it a day. It's going to be getting dark soon. So that's where we're at for right now. I think it's going to look good. Definitely will love having the extra gate, so that way when my cameras say there's a vehicle moving in my driveway and it's really just a wasp, I'll know that nobody's gotten in because there's a gate that they have to go through. So that will be nice. And I may go ahead and put in a post here, just so I put a couple boards across to that post for now, just to have the fence up. So anyway, we got to move quick. All right, so it's the end of the day. I got a lot done. Didn't get everything done. I went off and left the batteries for the electric gate opener in the back of my Jeep. But here's what I got done. Let me turn you around. So I got the gate up, got it level. I got the posts concreted in over here. I got all these posts in. Now they're just in the dirt, but they'll get stable after they sit there for a little while. And I got a top board just in to keep everything level, everything screwed in. And then I'll go ahead and put 2 more boards across the bottom. And then over here, I just put 1 board for now just to, you know, just to block it off. But I plan to pull out these posts and then do the same thing that I did here over here. So I'll have like a 16-foot piece going across, probably right into that tree, or right across it anyway, right in front of it. But yeah, I got most of the ghost controller hooked up. The only thing I'm missing is my battery box. Solar panel, control panel, got the controller, and then this is mounted. So with the battery box, wire it up, it'll take probably about half hour. I'll have it up and running, and then I'll put in my zombie lock over there, and then finish the fence and get everything painted, and be good to go. So it's nice. So I actually have a gate now and a partial fence, which I didn't have this morning, and so that can actually, I can throw that chain on there for now and just lock it up that way. Not that it's going to keep anything out, but I don't know, we're just not out here every day, and I just want to have a gate on my property so that nobody can just come right up in here. So I think it looks good. Looks good. So tomorrow it's supposed to rain all day long. It's probably starting tonight. So Thursday I'm hoping to get out here, get the gate finished, get all these boards up. And then I'm thinking about buying a really nice paint sprayer that you can just put a 5-gallon bucket of paint on and just spray. And then just spray all this fence and get it all painted. I went ahead and primed this before I put all this stuff on there, so that way it's got a good coat. And then I'll do the rest of it. This post here still needs to sit and get hard. But yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to sign off for now. I will jump back on the camera when I get things finished, give you an update. And then it's nice. So now we have like a secluded property that's all fenced in. And then I might put some of that fencing material behind the fence, so that way it keeps the dog and everything inside. I don't know. That's a lot of work. The posts have to be pretty stiff and in the ground good. I will cut all those posts off evenly across the top once I get all the boards on, so it'll all look normal, and then paint it. But that's it for now. Okay, signing off. All right, good morning. So it's 2 days later since I was just here. Rain yesterday, pretty bad. A lot of rain. Even some of my posts on the fence over here were a little bit crooked, where the water had set in and just kind of washed the dirt down in there, but that's okay. I expected it to need some work to get it all finalized. Now, what I've got here, I put in the battery box. So let me show you what we have, how all this works. So I have 2 batteries, dual battery box. Wire comes in here, and then this is where the battery hooks in, okay? And then I have the solar panel coming in. Solar is right there. I don't know if you can see that. 2 wires going to the solar. If you look really down low, you can see which side's positive and negative. And then the other one is the gate, and the gate has 4 wires, and it comes in here. Now, the last thing I want to do is I'm going to put in the gate lock, which is the zombie lock, and that'll wire in right here. It's got 3 wires. As far as the controls, when you get the gate where you want it to close, you hold this limit down and it'll actually set it to where to close there. If you need to jog it a little bit, you press this, but you got to hold it down and it'll move it whichever direction. So forward and backwards on the jog. This is the set to close time. So what you do is you press it, you count however many seconds you want it to wait before it closes, and then press it again, and then that'll be set. The one thing I like to do is turn off the warning sign so that way it doesn't beep every time the gate opens. So that's kind of annoying, but it's pretty straightforward as far as wiring it. We just have, you got to make sure that this is all secure here and that doesn't slide. And when you put in the pin here, the little white washer goes on the bottom. And I still need to tighten these guys. But I'm going to put the zombie lock in and then go ahead and try to get the boards in on the fence over here for today. I have to be back in Nashville before 2 o'clock, so I got to work quickly. I was thinking on this one over here, let me go around. I think what I'll do is I'll put in the bottom boards. The reason being, I'll do the bottom first because the way this comes in at an angle, if I start over here and come around, I think I'll run out of ground on this side. So I'll put the bottom one in starting over there and then line up the bottom, and then I'll measure between the two, center the next board between the two, and then it'll be evenly spaced. So I think that's the plan. I think that'll work. It's pretty straight. It's a little bit of a bow right there, but nobody's going to care. I don't think I'll have time to work on this today. I might go ahead and put in another board just to until I can get around to it. Just screw them in. That way I'll have a real fence up. But and I need to get my little hoe and scrape some more dirt in here. You can see where the water washed it down in there so much and kind of got the dirt packed. That's what we want. I wish I'd had enough concrete where I could have poured a little bit of concrete in these to make them really solid, because like this guy right here, I mean, that's never going anywhere. But I didn't. So, all right, so I'll show you my progress in just a little while. All right, so got it all up. I haven't decided how I'm going to cut that corner just yet, but yeah, I think it looks good. I went ahead and put the boards up over here just temporarily, like I said, just so I have a fence. And the next step will be to paint and prime it. The gate does work. But I messed up my zombie lock, and I'll show you what I did. With the remote, you can actually stop it where you want it and it'll stay there. If it closes automatically, it'll go all the way. So here's the bracket for the zombie lock. That's not going anywhere. Okay, so let's see. These guys. Here's what's going on. So you screw this one in, and it'll screw all the way down till it's flush. Okay, then I was screwing this one in, and it goes down, but it stays like that. It won't go anymore. So I decided to take a wrench to it and force it to screw all the way down. And then what happened, look at this. Let's see if we can get this in the light so you can see it. You see, if you can see that, but I bent the piece of metal down into this little shaft of some sort. This is what releases the pin to go back and forth. So anyway, it messed it up there and it stretched it all out. So what was happening is this guy right here couldn't slide back and forth because I think there's too much pressure on this thing. It was pushing down on it and it was keeping it locked in. So I tried to see if I could bend it back, but this was welded right here on the edges and that came loose as well. So anyway, back to the drawing board on that one. I just ordered another one rather than trying to have one that's not going to work correctly. Yeah, so that was about a $200 mistake, and that's right, I'm telling you about it, is don't force it. But yeah, it'll work. So I'll get that on Friday and I'll put that in, and then the gate will lock. So here it is. It's just sealed shut. And if the lock was there, it would snap shut and lock it. All right, so I got everything done, and it looks good. I have a fence now. I have a gate that's working. The only thing I have left is to paint the fence, and I'm not going to video that because that's boring, but I did buy a paint sprayer, so I'm just going to spray the whole thing. I think that will take a lot less time and be a lot easier. The next project will be when I have like a day's to work. I'll pull everything out here and run just probably 3 posts down to that first tree and just leave it for that for now. I'm not going to try to replace all that right now. Wood is so expensive. So I'm just happy to have just this much done so that the property's gated off. So anyway, that's a wrap for this video, and I'll see you next time.